Hi, it's Trixie. I want to show you my baby. Oh my God, the rumors are true. It's my baby. Oh, crap. Oh, okay. It's not a baby, but it's my baby kit. You guys, new year, new vibes, less is more. Efficiency, creativity using just a few products, thinking outside the box if that box was even smaller. So today, I thought we would start the year by doing something, I don't know, I go through phases. I go through phases where I have very small kits, and then you guys know from like the last few videos of like packing for solid pink disco, you know, different type of videos like that my kit has gotten like bigger and bigger and bigger. And so once in a while, like every year and a half, I have to go like, just like that show, Fix My Life with Ayanna Van Zandt, I want to fix my own life. There's this huge kit. And I mean, the thing is, especially with the makeup company, you guys, when we come out with a new product, I just keep adding it because I'm like, oh, I'm going to use this. And I was like, whoa. This kit has become like an actual beast once again. And so I thought it's the top of the year. It's January. It's quote unquote the slow season for dragoons. So I thought this is the time of year to really come down to earth with yourself and say, how big does my makeup bag need to be? I know that seems counterintuitive that I sell makeup to you on this channel all the time, but you'll notice that I'm always talking about what products are right for. And I also think that can mean choosing the right products for the job that can maybe cover multiple bases. So I have my whole kit in this is a skinny dip bag, I believe. But anyway, I just have my whole kit in here and I actually have room in here. Look, my whole drag makeup, body makeup, everything is just in here. My vibe this spring going into music festivals, etc., is like only carry what you need. The costumes I'm building for my tour, all of that, I'm just like trying to really do less. We're doing things like one hair that can change up a little bit for the show, one costume garment that has like boobs sewn in. We're trying to be more efficient with showing up, having brought everything we need and not too much more. Again, everything we need and not too much more. Because the truth is with drag, I could sit here and be like, well, what if I want to wear a pink lip? Well, what if I want a blue eyeshadow? Well, what if I want white go-go boots? We could sit here and we could fill every suitcase in this house with what I might wear. The truth is, I sit down to put makeup on and most of the time the makeup I put on is really close to this. And so I was like, well, what if I put together a look that's just my kind of stamped regular Trixie face with a few little pivots if I want to change it, and let's just go from there. Let's do a few Bald and the Beautifuls, a few DJ gigs with just this little kit, and let's see how it goes. So I'm gonna dump this out and I'm gonna show you guys what made the very elite edit. Today's video is sponsored by our friends at BetterHelp. I'm gonna share something with you that really changed me this week when I was in therapy. I'm just gonna share with you guys. I developed a lot of anxiety recently. In the past 6 months, I would say I have more anxiety than I ever have in my whole life about everything. And I'm wondering, I said, you know, some of this stress is almost illogical. The anxiety is illogical. And my therapist said, think of yourself, think of your whole life, think of your system and the way it gets programmed over time. Stress about what could happen is not about what could happen. It's about what has happened. I feel like that really permanently changed me and it gave me a lot deeper empathy for myself. That's what I love about talk therapy. It's a gym for your nervous system, really. It just makes me my best self on other days of the week. And it's 2026. This is the year that you are gonna be your best self with BetterHelp. BetterHelp is great because you can sign up online, you can answer a questionnaire and get matched with a therapist that is exactly what you're looking for. And even if it isn't what you're looking for, you can switch therapists at any time for any reason. The one time I switched was just because of incompatible time zones. He was a really nice guy. I liked that therapist, but it just didn't work for my schedule. I also really love it because let's say you live somewhere rural and you are dealing with coming out or same-sex relationships or something. You might not have anybody around you that you feel comfortable talking to. Maybe the therapists in that area are a little more not that vibe, let's say. I like it because you can get the care you want and need from anywhere. I love BetterHelp. It really changed my life and it came to me at a time where I really needed it. I want you to level up your experience on this rock in space. So click the link in our description or go to betterhelp.com/Trixie Mattel to get 10% off your first month of therapy at BetterHelp. Back to that video. You guys, before we start this video, the last video we filmed was the 30-minute makeup challenge. And now that I'm looking at myself when I've taken my time, I'm like, I do use that extra 40 minutes. I mean, I'm not saying this is the best makeup I've ever done, but up close, I was like, wow, the quality of the makeup is different. Okay, before we start dumping out products, you guys, we haven't done this in a while. Whatever happened to the Little Frog's Guide to Self-Care? The problem is this was a gateway drug to get me into real tarot. So now I'm all into that. And now this is sort of like, I wouldn't say it's tarot, but I think it reminds me of tarot in that it's about self-reflection, inner work. Katya bought me that Eckhart Tolle book, The Power of Now. I know, it's like freaky to take wellness advice from her, but I don't know, doing whatever I can at this point. And also you guys know I have no memory. So if I pull a card we've already had, please tell me. But also this has already been taped. What are you gonna do? Look in the mirror and say you are beautiful. Oh my God, we actually have a new Trixie Cosmetics mirror, you guys. If you guys don't know, look. Our old mirror, by the way, I love this mirror. It gives me Mighty Max, Polly Pocket. I love this mirror. But look, now we're doing it in a size that actually fits in your bag. So it's really cute. I love this compact. I think it is just one of the most Trixie products. Look at this, you're on a date, or even better, you're at the bar completely alone, you're 6 martinis in, you're feeling good, and you pull this out. I just think it's equal parts conversation piece, equal parts, don't talk to me. Look in the mirror and say you are beautiful. You are beautiful. I mean, it's, you are beautiful. That means the most coming from you. Oh God, in the picture, he's crying. Look in the mirror crying. Okay, well, sure. Real uplifting. Let's put this card right here. Do you guys see that? Look in the mirror and say you're beautiful. Look at, he's crying. Little frog in drag. Why are you crying? Put this right here. By the way, I did this entire face today with only the stuff in this bag because I wanted to make sure, can I actually do an entire face and my body makeup, etc. with just this? I'm just gonna start pulling things out. Actually, yeah, let's dump because I can show you guys how this all fits in here because we do have an overhead today. Hello. This is my DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Nick has one. Is this yours? Oh, this is Nick's. I have one too, and I'm on my second one because I left it in a fucking rental. I lost it in an F-150, so somebody rented a white F-150 truck and opened up the middle console and found a camera full of videos of me talking to myself. You're welcome. One of them was me in the parking lot at a snake church, because you guys, I'm working on that snake church video I told you guys about. As I pour it out, it feels like a lot, but I know it's not a lot. Okay, so this is an old bag. You guys, my vibe of the year of 2026 is to use what you have. Every year we have a new resolution. This year, use what you have. I woke up and I said, what about this old fucking dress? I've had this for years. It was not expensive. I haven't worn it in years, but when I did wear it once on the internet, people were so into it. I think this was from a certain online retailer that's not exactly inaccessible. I think you could probably have it overnight, if you know what I mean. This is from a long time ago. And can you believe it? It still fits. She had a big ass then, she's got a big ass now. You wear the cartoon hieroglyph eyes on the body, and that way your eyes look like maybe she's born with it. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I didn't do my setting spray. So let's start with that. Of course, I did include a setting spray in here. I have gone from somebody who used to be a lot more into priming sprays, and I still love priming sprays. I've really become a setting spray person. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because our product is, I love the way it smells. So I crave that feeling of that peach kind of, you know? So we're gonna put that in there first. All right, I have this old Z palette, right? And I had a bunch of brand new Makeup Forever HD powders. And then these are eyeshadows that I literally have had. These got depotted for maybe Solid Pink Disco 3 years ago. And then I added one little Danessa Merrick shade here for my brows, because this is my brow shade, this little sliver. So as you can see, it's just some La Femme, it's some Anastasia Beverly Hills single shadows, it's some Makeup Forever HD powders. But I got white, black, beige, some pink, the true like graveyard shift of eyeshadow colors for me with some face colors. I mean, I used only this on my whole face. And you can see like these contour colors, I feel like that's like perfect for me. These are pretty much all my shadows I'm bringing. I'm gonna do a few Bald and the Beautiful dates with Katya with just this, and maybe I'll edit from there. But the nice thing is about traveling is I'm traveling with another drag queen. So like between Fina or Katya, if I forgot something, one of them probably has something similar. Do you know what I mean? Put that in the bag. I have this Makeup Forever foundation palette. I know what you're thinking. Isn't that kind of old? Yes. So I opened it and I added a bunch of extra colors. This is like a kind of a yellow color that I use for under my cheeks. This is like the, what is it? The Good Apple foundation, which is basically like an emollient concealer. TV white paint stick from Kryolan. And then these are all older shades. Like this is a V17 TV paint stick. A bunch of my TV paint sticks and stuff just kind of remelted into here. And this is completely enough foundation for me to get through probably a whole tour. I mean, this cream foundation, when it's full coverage like this, deceptively pigmented. You can get a lot of shows done without really having to refill this. All right. The only face powder I didn't have in that palette is a white. So of course I grabbed the One Size Stage White, turn up the base face powder. Love this shit. You guys can see how fast I hit pan on these. I mean, I'd be using a lot of white face powder. I don't know, look. So look at my face now. And not everybody can do this because I'm like, you know, Tim Burton cartoon, like fair. But I feel like white powder really makes a huge difference on my makeup. Do you see that? Do you see how the middle of the face, the mask just like glows? I feel like that's the little things that in a 30-minute makeup challenge, you don't really master, but I had to include this, of course. All right, luckily also from one size, I have one of those tiny translucent powders. So when I thought about doing this mini makeup kit, this baby kit, I was like, I have a baby translucent setting powder. I would never take this in my big kit because it doesn't seem big enough, but for my little like travel kit, perfect. I did go back and forth about what kind of foundation I was gonna wanna use. I almost grabbed my Shape Tape, but honestly, after watching that 30-minute makeup video, I was looking at it and I was like, it doesn't marry to skin the way I want it to. The coverage is amazing, but it really looks more masky. Do you guys see today I have on this Triclone foundation? I wore this to Coachella. I've been wearing this shit for years. I'm gonna kind of get a little closer. Do you see how much smoother it looks? Do you see specifically in this area? Specifically here? Do you guys see how the face looks so velveted out? I think part of that is my One Size Secure the Blur primer that I used today. I'm gonna put that in here as well. But honestly, this Triclone foundation, this is a foundation. I bought somebody 2 shades of this for Christmas. I think this foundation is amazing. It holds up so well. If you guys remember, if you watched the Supermodel music video or any of the footage from Coachella, I think it was 98 degrees. I played for an hour and afterwards, other than looking a little wet, you guys, it was on. That Triclone foundation, that formula is like equal parts skincare, equal parts house paint. I don't know how they do it. So I had to include this, of course. Okay, speaking of, I did include a couple concealers because you never know. I included some of my Shape Tape concealers because sometimes when I'm getting ready, things like really trying to cover brows, my birthmark that you guys always see here, I love Shape Tape for just my birthmark, honestly. I go through phases where I cover it. You guys have seen it, I'm sure. It's like a little dot here. All those years of being single. Can't believe I never removed them from my naked pictures. Anyway, I got the Ombre Elise Le Creme. This is like a really old school. This makes me think of like makeup artists in like the early 2000s on YouTube talking about how great this is. Like, it is a great product. What I like about it for my mini kit, the shape, it's pliable, and it's not too big. They do sell a higher, like a bigger version of this, but this is such a moisturizing product that after you freshly shave, let's say I have 2 days in a row, this product legitimately feels good going on my face. And some of the key ingredients that make it feel that way are, what's on the box? Oh, well, it's formulated with aloe vera. I know that to be true. And when you're shaving and then pounding product into your face, I've noticed one of the best things for my skin before I put makeup on is to feed your skin this. And that way when you put foundation on, your skin's not like sucking foundation in because it's already kind of primed with this. The way we talk about primers in makeup, we really need to be talking about skincare. And I'll tell you this when working on the makeup counters, it is so much easier to sell people foundation than it is skincare. People are way more interested in covering skin than developing the best parts of their skin because it's obviously not an overnight thing. I got some body foundation. I've been wearing this Westmore Beauty one. My color is Warm Radiance. Do you guys see it on my arms? No, you don't, because it looks really good. I used to wear that Dermablend leg and body makeup and I love that shit, but it's so full coverage that it was really hard to figure out where to stop. This product I can put on a fluffy brush. I can almost, because it's medium coverage, I can just sheer it on and it melts in. I love the look of that Dermablend leg and body, but it's so full coverage, you basically have to do your whole body. Like if you have a wig on, you gotta do the back of your neck. Like otherwise you look Barbied out of your mind on your arms, and then your chest, let's say, doesn't look exactly the same. So I find for me, this sheer kind of body foundation, I don't have a lot of sun damage. This just works for me. Blushes. This is a very sensitive subject for me. So I grabbed several blushes. I was really not sure if I was gonna grab some of our Trixie sticks, like our cream blushes. And instead I opted for some liquids. I grabbed these from, is this Trigwell Cosmetics? Yeah, 2 liquid blushes here. It's Pretty Privilege and Coral Me Later. This coral one I have on with Plush Bunny over it. This coral, you guys, if you could just see it. How pretty is that? It's like this hot, hot, hot neon traffic cone coral. That on my foundation, like after I powdered, I love liquids for that reason because I feel like I can really throw them on foundation and they work. And then putting on top of it, a little bit of Plush Bunny, amazing, love it. I'm also gonna grab Show Pony from Trixie Cosmetics, love this blush. Always makes me think of Lizzo. I remember Lizzo posted a picture in this and it like blew my mind. And then Total Betty, which obviously always makes me think of Clueless. This is my super neutral. So if I'm doing a kit of just bare bones, I had to do like my most neutral Trixie blush. So all 3 of these and both of these liquid blushes, I am done. I am down for the count. I know myself, and on the big stages, I really like the look of liquid or cream blush with powder over it. And now that I do Photoshop and I retouch almost all of my own photos now that I'm that creature on my couch with my like stylus zoomed in on my own face, I'm telling you, blush pictures where I'm wearing just a powder blush versus wearing a cream liquid with powder, I'm sorry, there is a difference. And I am nothing if not somebody who's gonna split hairs about blush. okay? People who love blush, you know that it's basically an icebreaker. If you see some girl with cool blush on and you say, I love your blush, you're best friends for the whole night. I don't know what it is. All right, flexibility. I knew I wanted to pack some stuff that I could do multiple things with. So I grabbed my white and black play pigments. These are so good for like today, I use the white right here, using the white on my lid. The black is great for touching up, or honestly, if I'm super lazy, I know I can do my whole Trixie eye with just this black and white. And then I also grabbed Finish Her, the hot pink, because when I was doing Solid Pink Disco, this became the quickest, easiest little hot pink blush. And you can use it as a lip. So I also packed Talking Points lip liner from MAC and magenta. So now there's a whole pink lip here. So again, space, space, space. I'm gonna retire my bigger mirror and I'm gonna take this smaller one. I love this big one, but it's about space. Like this I can actually put in a purse. I love the thought of this. I remember at the makeup company, everyone being like, don't you think it's a little big? And I was like, well, some of us have huge hands, but you know, this works just as well and it saves you a lot more space, so. Pencil sharpener, of course, you need a pencil sharpener. You need the right tools. Got my little pair of scissors. Love the Trixie scissors, too cute. One of my most asked about products, people always come up and like, they gasp when they see this sitting and they go, oh. And I'm like, this is really my, are those the Chanel boots moment when people walk by my makeup station. I'm like, oh. This is not today, I didn't wear these, but this is me thinking ahead and getting wild. I have this little holographic, like little stones kind of tackle box, and I have some glue. Because some days I just like a little extra sparkle. A dozen or so of these on each eyelid around the eye. Some days just really takes me into space. So I'm gonna use this every day, but I like knowing I have it. And you guys, I don't wanna say too much, but my new show that's gonna be doing all these music festivals, I really wanna do some kind of forehead appliance, some kind of rhinestones across the forehead up into the hair kind of thing. We'll see if I have the patience for that. But honestly, on Solid Pink Disco this year, I did the stones almost every night. You just have to budget the time. But I do feel like in the pictures, I was always like, wow, the stones look so good. Do you know what I mean? And people would be like, oh, from the back of the house, you can see your eyelids sparkling. And I love that shit. Lash glue, of course. I'm still using the Salon Pro hair bonding glue. Perfectly made for the human eyelid. Elmer's glue stick, of course. How could you ever? How could you ever? By the way, I'm always wondering why Elmer's has never done a Pride video with drag queens using this. Probably because you're selling to children. I know I've talked about this a lot. You know, this is one of my all-time favorites, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter. And the color is, what the fuck is the color? Blossom Glow. This shit is so horny. I think you can see it, but let me show you guys. This is one of the best highlighters I've ever used. I don't know what to say. It's cheap. Wet n Wild, please don't ever. Well, hold on. Bravo, bravo, bravo. It's inexpensive. Cheap is such a bad word, and inexpensive sounds fancy, but like, I love this product. Wet n Wild, don't ever change the formula, please. This is a wonderful product. And the great thing is, Wet n Wild, stop listening, earmuffs. If it breaks, it's really affordable. So if we're doing a baby kit for travel, it's kind of nice that if this shatters, it's like, oh, I can replace that, you know, when I go to CVS or whatever. Speaking of products from CVS, love this shit. Loyalist, Maybelline, Superstay Lip Color, and Loyalist. One of my all-time favorite lipsticks. And honestly, it's like my go-to nude. So thinking ahead, I have a great hot pink in my lip kit here because I'm gonna be able to wear play pigment. And I have this awesome Sigma color. What is this, New Mod, I think it's called. What does this say? Damn, that's small. I'm gonna have to use the magnifier in our own product to read it. What the fuck? I got this little nude, okay? I don't know, this must have been from a gift or something, but when I was packing a mini kit, I was looking for mini products and I was like, oh yeah, this neutral. This is what I have on today, and then I just have a little bit of white play pigment in the center. That's how I made this whole lip. Stunning. And then for lip liners, like I said, I have Magenta and Talking Points from MAC, my favorites. I have Soar from MAC, one of my all-time favorites. I have Eden Lip Sync Lip Pencil. I have Glamour from the Britney collab. I have Cherry Chip, which I do love like once in a while, you guys. Look, for like the corners when I'm on the big stages and I'm wearing a nude. Do you guys see how a little bit in the corners just adds a little more rounding? Maybe I'm imagining it. I'll do it on this side too. Maybe you guys will be like, girl, it's not doing anything. I think that makes a huge difference. Fuck off. Okay, again, I'm packing a hot pink lip and a neutral lip. That's my mini kit that I have, okay? I thought about putting all my play pigments in here, but I was like, no, no, no. We're doing graveyard shift. That's against the thesis of the bag. Of course, black and white hotline. I mean, I can do a whole eye look with just these, of course. Like this one, and the brown hotline, done. MAC Iridescent White Glitter. If anybody in the free fucking world has a jar of this, please send it to me. This is my last jar. I went across Australia one time on a tour and I went to every MAC store and bought everyone they had in stock. And now it's discontinued and impossible to replace. So if anybody has a MAC Iridescent White, please send it to me. I just saw Jimbo the other day and she had this great eye look on. And I was like, I love that glitter. Is it Iridescent White from MAC? And she said, yes, it is. Mac, please send me the extra iridescent white that you have in that warehouse, okay? Please. I also included après-ski. You guys, of all the stay the night like eye shimmers, I always see them on TikTok because people love to demo them. This one is the one that just drives me wild. Isn't that pretty? So if you're doing a neutral eyelid, just throw this on top, done. Because I didn't pack any shimmer shadows in this kit, so I know myself, I know that it's gonna be a better thing for me to do a matte and then just draw this on over, because this looks better than shimmer shadow anyway. Do you know what I mean? I got a black Hotline pen, love it. And of course, some random card for me to cut my cheeks. You can really use anything. You guys know I famously used to use a student loan, but I don't have any anymore. Did I ever tell you guys a story when I paid off my student loans? I only owed $45,000, which I know for many of you is like, who cares? I know a lot of you have a lot more than that. But after beauty school in my undergrad, I owed $45,000. So I remember laying in the bathtub and lighting a candle and paying them all off at once. Like once I did Drag Race, I saved up, and just paid them all off. And I remember feeling like someday if I lose it all, I'll be able to be like, oh, it was a great experience. I did this TV show and then I paid off all my loans. I just wanted to be able to later feel really good about that, because in college I had this professor who taught me play analysis, and he was on Price is Right, and he told us he won $30,000 and paid off his loans. So I remember being in college and being like, the only way I'm ever gonna pay this shit off is to get on some televised game show. Okay, perfect. And I couldn't do Price is Right because I tragically can't read. And finally, little powder puff in the bag. So I've got my entire kit, my brand new hand mirror. I'm also gonna do tweezers because you never know. And these are the two new Trixie tweezers. And they're even better than the old ones. I fucking love these. They're too cute. And of course, my lash applicator. If you guys saw me do my 30-minute makeup challenge, you saw me at like 25 minutes in, like a ninja. So love this. New year, new me. I'm not gonna say that this kit will never get bigger, but I'm making a commitment to myself. You know, in another bag, I'm gonna have to carry some lashes, some brushes, some disposables like Q-tips, but really product-wise, this is where I'm trying to operate from. Brandon and I struggle at the airports with too much bags, okay? So I'm trying to make our lives a little easier, right? At the end of the night, when I'm in the shower, Brandon can just throw all of our products in here and we can get the fuck out. Because after a show, I am so ready to get high and eat dinner. And that's it, you guys. I know this is a short video, but today I was on the Peloton at my house and I was like, I want to redo my kit. And I was thinking about coming in early today and doing it. And I was like, wait a minute, I can do it early and then I can show it to you guys. So shout out to all the brands who made it into this. Obviously, the number of great fucking products out there. As much as the world sucks, I kind of weirdly think there's never been a better time with makeup. Don't you guys think there's sort of this freedom with makeup right now? Like we're in this weird thing where we like love 2016 makeup again, but we also are kind of reinventing it moving forward. It's just really fun, like with makeup, let people be who they are. I feel like we're in a really healthy place with that in the beauty world. And this is who I am right now. A gal on the go. So I'll see you guys very soon on this exact channel and goodbye.